Welcome back, my name is Natalie. Today I'm actually gonna watch XRP for the first time in my whole life. We can see that we are at oh my god, we are at a huge support right here. We are in a downtrend. So what we wanna know right now is that if the market is gonna break to the downside or to the upside. If we're looking at Ethereum, we're also in a downtrend, but will the market continue to the upside? Where is our entry? Or will it break to the downside, and where is our entry at that point? I need these levels to make sure where to buy or where to sell. So continue watching this video and I'm going to show you the levels that I see the market will come to, and against those we'll buy or sell. Let's start with Bitcoin right away. So yesterday we did break this resistance that we did have. If we're going to the 12-hour, I actually want to move or we can go to the 8-hour. I want to move my resistance a little bit further down because I think that looks better than on the daily actually. So because if the market comes back down, I do believe the market will come a little bit further than what we can see here on the daily. So I'm taking my resistance, I'm moving it more to the previous high that we did have here. So I think that's more accurate. So, and I do actually believe it looks so much better. So, and I did put up a Fibonacci level because right now what we're seeing is that the market is going sideways if we're going down to the lower time frames. Well, we did have a higher high because it's higher than the previous higher high, but right now we're just consolidating. And if we're looking at the lower time frames, that's also what's happening. If you're unsure how to figure that out, we can just do it like this, a box on the high and a box on the low right here. And you can see that the market is going sideways like this. Right here, you can see the market is going down, and up on this side, we can see that the market is going up. So right now, the market is not doing anything special, more just showing us that we need to wait, because we are not trading inside of a consolidation. We're trading off of the high or off of the low. And I did put up this Fibonacci levels. We did have a Fibonacci level since yesterday. So I took it from 47081 and I took it to the high. That's 5141. And I still want to have that zone because I think the Fibonacci levels are very important to use. And even if the market came to these levels before, it can definitely come back again and retest it. I also have a Fibonacci level at this higher high and higher low. And I took it from the low, and that's 49364. And the high is 5644. And we can see that the market did break to the upside, came back down, and it does respect this Fibonacci level that we have here, and that's the 1561% that I'm using. But the market can also continue to the downside right now. So that's why I'm having this Fibonacci level to see if the market comes back down here, and you have the resistance also. But if it breaks it and continues down a little bit further, I want to have these levels because at that point I know what the market might do against them. So it's still an uptrend. We're looking for buy opportunities right now, but we have to wait and see if the market's gonna pull back, do its retracement, and that's why I'm having these levels to make sure that I can see where the market can come to and how it reacts to them. So right now I don't see anything special with Bitcoin. We can go to the 1 hour and you can also see there that the market is just going sideways. We did have a higher high, as I said. We have a higher low because it's higher than the previous higher low. And we did have a higher low also here, but we never really came back up. So the market can continue going sideways for a while and then break to the upside. But what I want to do right now is that I do want to wait for the market to come back down to this level, and that's around 49071. So remember, it's always levels, or if it breaks that level, I want to see the market come down to 48460. And on Ethereum, that's almost the same thing. We do have this support that I was talking about yesterday, and we do respect it a lot. So if the market comes back down here again, because you could have gone into the market around this area because it did actually come back down and retest it. But I do believe the market will come down a little bit more. You can see that we do make lower highs on the lower time frames right here. We're still doing that since yesterday. So if the market comes back down again to the support that we're having and showing us more of resistance and breaking to the upside, we can definitely see a buy opportunity around here. But as I told you yesterday also, if we do have strong bearish candlestick to the downside that want to break this zone, we have to wait and see what the market will do. At that time, we can actually use the Fibonacci level, and we're taking it from the low, and that's 3735 to the high, and that is 3971. Market can come down a little bit more, and you can see on the lower time frames that that's actually, let's see, it's around here. And that's the Fibonacci level that we're having on the higher time frame, and that is 3824. So if the market breaks this zone right here, this could potentially be a zone where the market comes to respect and then continues up. And if we're looking at that zone, we also have the previous resistance right here. It makes so much sense when you use the Fibonacci levels. It's so good. I love Fibonacci so much. So you definitely, I can also see Ethereum coming down to this support that we do have. It can also break that support and coming down here and retest this previous resistance that we had, turning it into a new support. And if we see some rejections and we see that we have legs that closing above the previous, so it's making high high, high low, we do have an opportunity to buy at this area. But that is if the market comes back down here. The market can also break to the upside, but for me, I have to wait because I think the price is too high up right now. I want the market to come to a zone, and respect it, because right now it's just in the middle of everywhere and it's also just going sideways. So these are the levels, level 38.78 and level 38.27. That's the zones I'm watching to see if the market reacts to it, and then if I see opportunities to buy. If we're looking at XRP USD, we can also see that the market is just going kind of sideways. This pair never broke the resistance that we had. It actually came back up and retested the support that the box that I'm having right here. So to be able to buy the market, we want the market to break this high that we're having and then continue to the upside. We can also use the Fibonacci level to see, and I want to use it on the daily because it makes more sense. And we take it from 1.1004 to the high, and that is 1.2928. So this is pretty far away, but it's a potential level that the market can come to, and that's it's around 1.1868. So this is the level that we are watching if the market retraces back down, show us some rejections, and then continues to the upside. If we're looking at the lower time frames, I want to combine it. So let's see. We do have a support right here that the market came back down to, and it also retests this high from 20th of August. So that makes sense, but it can also retest this high that we're having, and that's 1.2473, or it can come back down to 1.1930, and that's where our Fibonacci level is. So if the market breaks this support that we're having, it could potentially come to this zone, come to this zone. If it breaks this zone, that is 1.2313, we have to look on the higher time frames to see where it can actually go. On all the pairs, we are in a downtrend right now. We can have a little triangle right here. It can definitely break to the upside. like this, retest the trend line and then continues up, or it could just break this support that we're having, continue down a little bit further. And if we're taking the Fibonacci level on the higher time frames, and we can copy and paste it to the lower time frames to see where it can go. So now you also have the Fibonacci level on the lower time frames, because we are taking our entries of the lower time frames, so it's easier for us to see where it could potentially come to. So we're using the 50 and 61%, and the 50 is 1.1971 and the 61 is 1.1745. So this is an area where the market can come to. So right now I wouldn't do anything. The market is pretty slow right now, but this is always, as I say, you need to be patient. Patience is key. You get paid to be patient. We don't want to blow accounts. That's not what we are here for. We need to read the market, read price action, and see what it's telling us what to do. And right now the market is going down, but it's also in between everywhere. So we have to wait to see if the market comes to the upside. You can also take a box right here, and you can see that we have a resistance because the market has been here before a lot of times. So if you want to buy the market, you can definitely see the market coming up, break this trend line that we're having, come back down, retest the previous resistance, and then continues up. Or it does the same but the opposite to the downside. But remember, you need to watch the candlestick patterns and the reversal patterns against these levels. So if you're having a huge bearish candle to the downside, you're not buying anything at all. And if you're seeing a huge bullish candle to the upside, you have to wait for the retracement to come for you to buy, because you don't want to buy up here, because if the market comes up here, it's too high. So if you're having your entry around this area and the market pulls back, you're going to be in a lot of drawdown, and no one wants to be that. So always be patient and wait for the market to come to the zones that we're having. So on all the three pairs right now, we just have to wait and see what they will do against these levels that I just showed you. And tomorrow we might see if something happens. So thank you for watching this video. Like the video if you liked it. Comment below if there's something that you want wondering, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Have a great weekend. My name is Natalie.